were you wearing were you wearing radio, your head commo and listening your headphones at all times? Did you have that on, or was that for specific times calling in air? Or
Well, as you see, that's old technology. But what it is, I had like the one ear was connected to the phone, and when I was trying to hear out the other ear, I was like split my time trying to listen to what I was doing by talking on my Prick 25 and trying to listen to what was going on around me all at the same time. So I had to split that up. But that's just where it was. I never did wear a helmet because it wasn't designed at that particular time where you can have the headset on with a helmet on. So I didn't have a helmet, but I'm going into Cambodia. This picture you see now, I'm headed into Cambodia that day. At first helicopter, I got shot out and stuff. Headed into Cambodia, and I couldn't even wear a helmet because I couldn't communicate with anybody. So I had to have one ear on and one ear probably, jacked up a little bit. Couldn't wear a helmet because you couldn't get a helmet on, see. But that was my gear for that day. I had probably about 100, 200 rounds, probably ammo. But that was my gear going into Cambodia to fight. On the first helicopter, I'm standing on a pile of used artillery shells. I just finished praying the Lord to take me in, and I figured I was going to get killed that day. I really did. And I didn't even know the guy took that picture. I was getting gear. I'm a few minutes from boarding the helicopter, going into Cambodia, and getting shot down. That's what that day is all about. Yep.
I'm sure that photo will come up again about people asking questions when we get to them.
Okay.
But as we're going along here, and we'll let some questions build up before we get to them. But you had mentioned as you were finishing up getting into Vietnam, you mentioned you had been assigned to 4th ID as a Pathfinder. And where exactly were the Pathfinders at? Were they at Camp Inari at this time, or the 4th ID? I mean, or where were y'all located?
Yes, we was at Camp Inari. That was in the Pleiku area.
Okay.
And I think nearby they had Camp Hardaway, the Air Force base there. It was called Camp Hardaway. Yeah, we was at Camp Inari there at the Pleiku area. Mm-hmm. But we later on ended up moving to Camp Ratcliffe in On-K. But I was somewhere out in the field. I don't know exactly what day it was. I was out at, like I said, Camp Ratcliffe. I was at On-K. We moved from there, from Inari shortly. I think it was, I don't know, it might have been around the 1st of 1970, something like that. I can't remember the date. Now I was so busy, I can't remember the time. Wow. I was a pretty busy guy, though.
Oh yeah. We'll be getting into just how busy you were. So when you get in there and you're officially at Camp Inari,
mm-hmm.
What's the whole FNG guy routine like in country? Who are you going to see to find out what you're going to be doing and such as that? What's this like?
Okay. I'm that FNG, that new guy. I come in, I'm looking around trying to see if I can. Well, I thought I was going to be in a larger group, but I didn't know. I didn't know what it was going to be like till I got my feet on the ground and went to where the Pathfinder was. And they said it's about 12. It was about 10 or 12 guys there, and I'm looking around to see if I can see anybody look like me. It wasn't, I said, I'm the only guy here. So I just waited around. I had to keep to myself, I didn't know what was up. And so first few days, I just kind of kept to myself and trying to figure how this thing was going to go. It wasn't like people coming up talking to you. I didn't have anybody to talk to because it was in 69. And it's still kind of tough, but stuff you talk about with some of your fellows that you signed to, a lot of stuff you talk about what back home, where you from and stuff. So I knew then there was nobody there that I could talk to about what was going on back home because they was fighting back home in the street. And I'm over there trying to figure what I'm going to do and how I'm going to handle the situation over there. So about the first week or so, I just kind of kept to myself, man. It just wasn't like it was real tight knit. And I got assigned to do a little base camp guard duty about the first week. And I think probably the second week I got assigned out at a Mountain Yard village to relieve some special forces guys out there in about 2 weeks' time.
Oh.
And I was out there playing one of those.
Play Me?
I think it was Play Me.
Mm-hmm.
And man, we got hit out there every night. That was my first contact. I didn't know what to do, just shoot back at them, you know. But I was at the special forces camp there, and I went out there about the first, I don't know, about the second week I was out there. And we were relieving special forces guys, and that's why I made my first contact in Vietnam. I think trying to shooting back, because every night being out there, we got hit.
I think I remember you telling me, as a matter of fact, not only getting hit, but y'all were getting hit hard, mortars and RPGs.
Yeah, I was out there and I was in a bunker. I was cooking on the 6th out there, right? And they were walking the mortar in, and got fired a RPG on my little sector. I was like I said, I was cooking on the 6th, and all of a sudden an RPG hit about a foot from my little firing sector. Yeah, little firing sector, probably about 12 inches, about 12 inches. It wasn't a big hole, but I was on the inside, and that RPG went off, man. I lost my hearing there for a few hours. I couldn't hear nothing. It's kind of strange. You can't hear nothing, no sound at all. You're looking at people, you see stuff going on, but I mean, just deaf, nothing. And that was kind of weird. But my hearing came back later that next day, but it came back and it was just like a buzzing sound. I was hearing like a buzz sound, a ping and sharp pinch sound. It did that for several days, and I just figured that was just gonna be my next normal. But eventually, my hearing came back, and I didn't tell anybody about it. Man, I was a Pathfinder. I was getting jump pay, and that was $55 a month extra, and $55 a month. Back in 1969, was a lot of money extra to be getting, you know. I didn't tell anybody I couldn't hear for a while. Trying to read lips and stuff. But yeah, I lost my hearing for several hours, and I didn't tell anybody about all that little pinging sound. I was like that right there. No, man, I didn't want to get kicked out of the airborne. I said, shoot, somebody find out they're gonna cut my money, man. So I kind of kept it to myself, you know what I'm saying? I can laugh at that stuff now, but man, that was some scary stuff back then.
I can imagine going so long without your hearing. I mean, that's got to be pretty nice.
I was kind of reading lips and stuff.
Man, that wasn't your only experience. I think at a special forces base. I think you were also. Well, this is later on, but I think you were also at Plagerang Special Forces Camp.
Yeah, well, Plagerang, I think that's where we staged up for the Cambodia base.
Okay.
That's what that picture of me standing out there by the artillery shell, that's why I was praying that day. I was asking the Lord to accept me in his kingdom. Because when I looked around, and it was like it was hundreds of helicopters, just as far as you can see. I never seen that many helicopters in my life, not staged like that. But what the deal was, I had just came back from home. I got married in April 20th. And I had already done 12 months. And I had extended back in August of 69. And what made me extend, I had probably been in camp about 6-7 months, and a friend of mine got killed. He got shot down and crashed and burned a helicopter. And I was ticked off behind that. I'm already just about 5 or 6 months in Vietnam. I extended for another 6 months before I even done with 12 months. And I was just, excuse my French, I was
You
just
can
pissed.
you can speak freely, sir. You can speak freely.
So, like I said, I was just pissed. So what I did, I extended for 6 months. I said, I'm gonna have to stay here a little longer. I gotta make up. They'll kill my buddy. So, and that's what I had done. I extended for 6 more months on top of the 12. That's how I ended up doing the 18 months. Okay. But my mind was messed up, man. I'm just being real with you. For all that early combat and stuff, it was crazy. Matter probably came from that RPG.
I was about to say that had to ring your bell
Yeah, that
big time.
RPG was a song going, man. It took me here now. But if that had came over in that little sector, in that little fire hole out there, man, it'll cream me forever. it'll cream me showing up. I wouldn't been here talking with you.
God,
But that's how I ended up. I took his body back home. His wife had asked the Army, could I escort the body home, which I did. I went home for 30 days. I was back in August of 1969. And that was before this Cambodia invasion thing. But yeah, that played the rain was where the staging area to go into Cambodia. Yeah, that's what that was. Okay.
Wow. That's and we'll definitely be getting into some of those photos because you've shared some wonderful photos that'll come up. But guys will be asking, and I don't know how much it'll change through the years, but when you're with the fourth ID, are you carrying an M16, a Car 15? What's your weapon loadout and your gear loadout looking like at this time?
Well, I'm carrying a Car 15, as you can see on this picture, real small. And reason being, he was in and out the helicopters so much. And a lot of time I can just take and slide it under my armpit. And it wouldn't, a regular size M16, it'd take up too much time to get trapped on your leg. And most of the time when we was flying, we were just sitting on the floor of the helicopter, our feet hanging out. That's the only way to fly. Only way to ride in a helicopter. you sitting in the door with your feet hanging out. That's pretty much the only way I flew in them for 18 months. But the Car 15 there, that was our weapon. And that's what I had for 18 months. So that was assigned there. Plus, I had a 45 inside my jacket. I kept a 45 in that. You didn't know that, but I kept one. Extra 45, and you can see on my right hip, I had my little booney knife. So we were well prepared. The booney knife there, had a 45 inside my shirt. That's it, probably bulging out right there. Above it. Come down a little bit to go. It's bulging out just above the clip there. The 45 I'm at my stomach. Go by my stomach. That's a 45, right? Yeah, that's 45 down in there now.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, I got a 45 right there.
How many mags were you able to tote for your 45?
I think I had maybe probably, I can't remember exactly, man. I can't remember now. But I think I got a couple of bandoliers of 16. They're probably 100, 200 round 45. I think I got one other shoulder, I believe.
Folks were curious about the bandolier belt, as they call it. Did you do that often? Was that what brought that on? What was your idea for doing that?
Well, that's the way it was.